Hey, this is Joe Big House Ken, and you are inside the house, powered by Dynamic Fitness and Strength, building a better athlete. This week, we go into the Saturday session of tier system strength training for throwers. This is the fourth session of the week. This is the session U. Remember, this is the piggyback session. Friday, Saturday, we go back to back. Yesterday is session T2, today's session U. So here we go. We're at today's coaches board, session U. Remember, Saturday, the piggyback session, the fourth session of the week. We're going to start off with seated wide grip row, 10-8-6-5-5, possibly one prep set. That'll be paired the entire duration with grip 3 bench press, one possible prep set, 5 sets of an ascending pyramid. And then the first 3 rounds, we'll do a kettlebell shrug, 3 sets of 15. As we head to tier 2, we've got a complex, strength speed complex, strength exercise, followed by the speed movement. We'll go clean grip snatch from the hang, possible couple of prep sets, 10 sets of 1. Then within 30 seconds of that 1 rep, Peter will do a max effort vertical jump. And then we'll take approximately another 30 to 1 minute rest in between each set. Then for the medley, we're going 3 rounds, transverse lunge, goblet hold, 3 sets of 6 each, plate raise, 3 sets of 12, and we'll finalize it out with vert pull, 3 sets of 8. Getting ready to start the session. Remember, we always start with pre-activity prep, PAP. We've got root, reboot, readiness, reinforcement. 4 distinct exercises or movements for 3 rounds, 12 total independent exercises during this PAP session. PAP just finished in about 14 minutes and 25 seconds, so still within our 15-minute window. With throwers, I'm not too concerned about doing extra rounds of the neck, but with combat and violent athletes, I would probably separate the reinforcement movements and make that a separate medley on itself and do 2 to 3 rounds depending on how many days a week they're training. Now we're going into tier 1. Remember, we're pairing wide grip row with grip 3 bench, utilizing shrugs for the first 3 rounds. Of course, we're doing a similar style to pyramid work. There won't be as many prep sets, so that'll be all determined by the athlete depending on what the first load is on the bench press. Heels down. Nice. Heels down. Heels down. Let's go now. Come on. You gotta drive in now. Lock it down. Get your lats locked in. Pulling the bar out. Pulling the bar out. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Lock it down. Heels. There you go. Come on now. One more. One more. Heels. Push. 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 Just finishing up tier 1. 5 sets of work for the seated wide grip row, as well as the bench press. Pyramid type work today. Went up to a heavy double. Got the first one pretty solid. Needed help on rep 2. We did do our kettlebell shrugs for our posterior shoulder for the first 3 rounds. Remember, Saturday is really, to me, for the shot putters. They are the one who gets the most transition from bench press strength to throwing. So this would be the huge bench press day for the shot putters. Hammer throwers, not so much. Pete uses more of a closer grip. So we were doing a little pyramid work. We vary out the flat bench for Peter's work. I would venture to think with the shot putter, we do some heavy inclines on our second tier work on our supplemental day and really drive hard with heavy benching on Saturdays. Okay, on Saturdays, tier 2 is our total body work, and we're doing a strength speed complex. Generally, I classify it as strength speed complex when we do the weight room movement first, followed by the jumping or throw movement second. Based off of talking with Martin Rooney years ago when he was training combat athletes and utilizing complex type training, he's the one who recommended getting that max effort jump within 30 seconds of the rep work for the weight room movement of the day. Pete just completed the tier 2 strength speed complex. He used 30-second rest intervals between each. So he did a snatch, rested 30, max effort vertical jump, rested 30 for 10 rounds. So we get a little bit of metabolic conditioning in with some max effort jumps under some duress. We'll now go into the medley portion of today's session, tiers 3, 4, and 5. All 3 movements are VAT cycled through a 3-week wave. Great job with the feet. Push the hips back. Pete just wrapped up the tier 3, 4, and 5 medley. The main session was right under 1 hour, 59 minutes and 43 seconds. So when you look at today's workout or training session, you'll see that we were right at the parameters I had set a long time ago about what is the ideal situation for training during the tier system. You have a 15-minute PAP and a 60-minute main session block, and he was right in those windows. Obviously, the complex work takes a little longer, and we are doing some extra work when it comes to tier 1 work with the upper body as we've gone into this trifecta system. The one thing I want you to watch particularly is how I filmed the transverse lunge. This is a critical movement for all athletes as it works in that transverse plane or rotation movements. But watch the foot position, that is key. The key is to try to start at 12 o'clock with both feet. And as you open, you're going in a semicircle to either 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on which leg you open. A lot of times people open straight back to 6. But to get that transverse plane from the lunge position, you want to step out to 3 and step out to 6. And I thought he did a very good job of that. Watch how the foot points in those directions. He also did a great job with his upper body at keeping it at 45 degrees when he opens. So when he's opened up to 3, he's not reaching the 3 o'clock. He's still trying to keep a 45-degree line, which I thought he did a pretty good job of. And then I really like the vert pull, as most of you know. It's a great cue for RDL work, especially when you're doing that type of hinge work with that modified RDL position from the deck. That wraps today's session up. This is Joe Big House Ken for Inside the House, powered by Dynamic Fitness and Strength, building a better athlete. Until next time, words win.